Hey Podday, and welcome to Rauta's take on Swedish death metal. Today we have here what it reads on the screen, Leak with Misanthropic Breed. Now you don't want to make the mistake of mixing this band with the Swedish black metal band also with the same name. Now the thing here is, this one is Leak, not L-I-K, which is actually technically speaking the name of the other band, which is of black metal, black roll, like saying goes. But Misanthropic Breed is that death metal band from Sweden, Stockholm in fact, the capital city, which then again plays old school death metal. And when I say old school death metal, I mean exactly the Swedish take of old school metal. Think of bands like Dismember, Grave, Entombed, etc. And you have the idea what this band is all about. Now this is not the first album by the band, so you might already encountered the band previously, their previous releases that is, and you might already know the style. But in case you have missed, even though they are signed to a big label, now it's a good time to hop in and enjoy some traditional, even retro-ish take on death metal. Nicely packed digipack with nice cover is also featured by this cardboardish booklet, which feels nice and it's nice to look at. For example, all these lyrics are very easy and nice to read, so you can just dive in for some lyrical content as well as enjoy the overall feeling, how it feels and looks, you know, in your hands when you're browsing and checking out what these guys are made of, while obviously listening to the music. And to complement this future classic, or possible future classic, we have this nice corpse-ridden black and white imagery. Really nice work by Metal Blade. I really like how it looks and feels. Now let's take a look at the band's Metal Archive site so you get a little bit of basic information about the band. 3 albums in, and some of the earlier stuff was already reissued. Actually, Mass Funeral Evocation from 2015 was already last year reissued by Metal Blade, so it's very much rolling in the industry, so it's easy to actually get these older releases as well, in case you just happen to like Misanthropic Breed. Now, given that this band is quite new, that is of 2014, it's kind of funny that they didn't realize that there was this black metal band, which is actually quite older. But, well, sometimes people miss things like that. Anyway, this is just there to underline the fact that there are, in fact, a couple of bands with the same name from the same country. So mistakes can be made, in case you're wondering. Now, this is how it looks on the lineup, not lineup, but the songs list, which is featured by some 11 tracks. In case you didn't notice, however, this one has this extra track here, Revel in Gore, as bonus track. Overall, this is some almost 40 minutes of material, and what can be said? It's old school death metal, both good and bad. Well, there is technically speaking nothing bad about it, because these riffs sound like they were created earlier in the 90s, and almost the same could be said about the production on the album. This sounds so much like Boss HM2 pedals sounding in Sunlight Studio recording, and that is a good thing, my friends, because this is very much nodding to the past. This is like taking to a quantum leap to the past, like 3 decades ago, and seeing how the whole Swedish or Stockholm-based death metal scene was born. So it's very much like tapping to the old ways, much like so many synthwave albums of today, or even Dungeon Synth, and so many black metal bands are tapping into the 90s. This is very much doing that. So in case you just happen to be one of those retro allergics, that is, you react negatively on the things in the past made today, this is not your cup of tea. But for the rest of us who just love old, traditional, basic death metal, this is very much the kind of a thing that is like a box of chocolate. It keeps on giving until you are stuffed with it, and still you want to go for more later on when you have just, let it digest in your system. So while Misanthropic Breed is not creating or reinventing the wheel as the cliche goes, it's really enjoyable album. I mean, there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Guitar leads and solos complement even the basic riffing, so it all made sound just nice. Not superior in terms of compared to those older ones, but just in par with them for most parts anyway. So take a look, take a listen. Because I am filming this video a couple of days before the album is actually out. At this given moment there are only a couple of tracks on the band's Bandcamp site for listening. But I guess by the time this video comes out you will see and be able to listen to the rest of the tracks. So keep it a spin and figure out if this is your cup of tea or not. Rauta signing off. Bye bye.